All right. Since our last session of Trails of Cold Steel, I've been doing some data analysis and reviewing old YouTube videos. Turns out Trails of Cold Steel is a really popular game series, and I kind of went into every one of these sessions immediately complaining about anime. So if you're still watching in the future on YouTube, props to you for your patience. I don't think this game is bad by any stretch. In fact, I think the mechanics of this game are some of the best I've ever seen in a JRPG. But I understand if you bristle
All right, then.
at my frustration with the genre. Every now and then that happens. I'll like pick up a game and be like, just start complaining about some element of it, and then I'll look on YouTube later and be like, shit, everybody likes Metal Gear Rising. I should have been bitching about Metal Gear Rising for the first 2 hours.
No, I'm not sensing any life coming from it at all.
I left a note to myself at the end of the last VOD that I needed to consistently heal the party, keep buffs up, because I lost this last attempt. Cold Steel 1 is your least favorite? Interesting. My turn. I think it's really good mechanically so far. Like I said, it's some of the best battles I've seen, really.
Give it up, everyone!
Told myself to keep resounding beat going. I'm gonna try to do that.
My turn.
This game does have a bitchin' soundtrack, too. I like that there's no defend command.
My turn.
Heals HP, motivate.
All right,
I'm gonna
let's
keep
do
that
this.
in resounding beat going if we can. I need to spread the healing out every turn, because if the enemy goes twice in a row and hits the same character, it can knock him down easily.
Right.
Water, boulder. Now, I learn the elements they're weak against and the kinds of attacks they're weak against through attacking them repeatedly, right? What do I have in my consumable items? Healing, 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 healing. I guess I could use the battle scope. Alright. And I'm sorry, I know I've asked this question a billion times. So the numbers in the top right corner represent the crystals I'll get from defeating it. Items are things that it drops or can be stolen if steel is a thing later on. Unbalanced efficiency is talking about the different sorts of damage, like piercing, slashing, bludgeoning. And then if elemental efficacy is 100 across the board, that means it's not particularly resistant or weak to any elements, right? But maybe I can sleep it? Does a higher number next to sleep mean that it completely resists sleep, or that it's only 50% resistant to sleep?
My turn. Yeah.
Ouch. Let's keep that running if we can. I might need to move him next to me in a second. We have a couple more rounds before it runs out.
All right.
So what are the different symbols next to unbalance, though?
Go.
Let's try doing a link attack. I don't want to dash by them. I want to stay where I'm sitting at so I can keep casting abilities. I don't think this boss has any AoE powers. Skill descriptions give the base chance.
All right.
It is piercing slash. Okay, thank you.
Arcus, activate.
Oh, never mind. He does have an AoE. Woof.
This looks bad.
Yeah, no kidding.
Give it up, everyone!
Multipliers have a chance to inflict that status, so the higher the number is, the more likely it is you can land a status effect on them.
My turn. Arcus, activate. Huh.
Thanks.
No problem, kid.
Leave
Happy
it to me.
help. Seal 50% chance, counterbalance. Use specific, seal is 50. Seal is like paralysis.
Now.
It resisted, right? Now it's correct for me to change my combat
turn.
link at almost every turn, right? You can take advantage of more things more often, basically.
All right, let's do this. Leave it to me.
I see.
My turn.
Let me see if this works. I'm just curious.
No!
Oh, it does a little bit of damage. It's unexpected.
It's my turn.
This game soundtrack is pretty baller. I dig it.
We're open. My turn.
Here comes bad shit. I think what he was casting last time was when it was an AoE ability.
My turn.
Guess we'll see. That's what that red circle on the ground means. This is the range of the attack that's about to come out. Yeah, okay. Cool. I like they give you a chance to respond to it.
Right.
This game is like Chrono Trigger and everything else I like about other JRPG combat systems. For all my shit I give it about anime, it's really good.
No!
Oh, whoops. Oh, wrong ability.
Here we go.
Meant to use resounding beat. Oops. I think they have one more round of it though, so it's not the end of the world.
Arcus, activate. All right.
How many of these do I have? 3? Yeah, I can hear on the settings being kind of generic. So far, anyway. That's really hard, though. Like, I feel like that's a task that JRPGs in particular have to work extra hard at. You know, when someone says, hey, I made a platformer, no one's like, oh yeah, what makes it different from every other platformer? They're like, yeah, that's cool, I like platformers. But now that there are so many JRPGs that exist in such a similar flavor story space, you really have to struggle to explain, no. See, choices matter in this game, or whatever.
There. Go.
Oh, the music, sure. I don't know, I'm down with badass
Winds must be on our
prog metal.
side. They must be. 'Cause
Battle
that was a
music.
breeze.
That went way better than several months ago when we played this last.
We won.
Don't know how, though.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Excellent use of combat links, too. Seems like the practice you got in the old schoolhouse really paid off.
Wonder if that
Just
actually
saying.
tracked if I used combat links or not.
Oh?
Have those three been training in secret?
All right, on to the second group. Laura, Emma, Eustace. Come forward.
It's probably less that I glossed over it and more that it's been several months.
That was tougher than I thought it would be. It does seem like combat links are the key to fighting it effectively, though.
That's rather unfortunate.
Can you remind me how unbalancing works?
Instructor, may I ask a question?
How do you mean, Speggy?
What exactly was that marionette we just fought?
That's the word I would use to describe it.
Yeah, that thing was weird. Machine, maybe? I've never seen anything else like it.
Just a little something I got roped into working with a while back.
Does that mean Reen's turn would have had to have come up in time for me to be able to use it to interrupt?
I'd rather not use it if I don't have to, but I can't deny it serves as a valuable function. And it's rather customizable, too.
You're saying today it's like the competition is to make a traditional game?
I mean, it did its job quite well during our test, didn't it? So there you go.
I get the
I don't
feeling
know if
there's a
Reen's turn
whole
ever
lot you'd
came up
rather
in
not
time for
tell
me to
us.
do that, but good to know.
Anyway,
Is that the only attack that would have done
brings
it?
this month's practical exam to an end. But as you might recall, I told you I had a big announcement for you today, too. Are you all ready to hear what it is? I'll give you a hint. It's about a special part of Class 7's curriculum. Give up? It's really bugging you now, isn't it? Well, I'll come clean.
The voice direction in this is impressive given, like, the actual text that's written.
The special task you're about to be assigned is none other than
Genocide.
a field study.
Everyone's like, okay.
Field study?
Metal Gear.
I don't like the sound of this one bit.
You'll be split into two groups, A
Field study
and
of
B,
genocide.
and each sent to a different location. And while you're there, you'll be given a number of tasks to complete. Doesn't that sound like fun?
We only just got to the academy, and we're already being sent somewhere else?
Yeah, kid. Ron Weasley, haven't you played Final Fantasy VIII?
Will you not be coming with us, instructor?
Send you straight to fight a spider robot.
Oh, of course not. It'd be much too easy for you if I were there to bail you out every time the waters of life came seeping in.
She's like Gandalf.
You've got to be cruel to be kind and all that.
Well, I'm certainly not opposed to a challenge if it allows me to advance my training.
Instructor Valentine, where exactly will we be going, and when?
Ah, yes, about that. As I said, you'll be split into two groups, A and B. Each of you, please come forward and take one of these to see how the groups have been divided and where each is being sent.
What?
Reen, Elisa, Laura, and Elliot. In Celdic or Celdic, the market town.
What?
Oh man, we missed it. We don't get to go to Parm, the spinning town?
Well, these are certainly some interesting groupings.
Celdic and Parm. Are they both in Erebonia?
Celdic.
Yeah, Cildic's a market town on the east side of the Empire.
And Parm is situated in the deep south. It's known for its spinners.
Like, what do we mean by spinners? Like on rims?
All that way? How irritating.
Like pinwheels?
I'm less worried about where we're going than the utter lack of sense that went into these groupings.
That early to mid 2000 shock site? Spinners of genocide. Spiders?
You'll be leaving this weekend
Tops?
and you'll be out in the field for 2 days'
Beyblades?
time. Your means of reaching your respective locations will, of course, be by train. So
how's
do
that?
make sure you're thoroughly prepared, rested, and rearing to go before the big day.
Oh. 4 + 1. Oh, that's cool. So, I'm mostly getting it for doing side quests. It's the most significant source.
You did really well, Reen.
Thanks for that. And we're not going there? I don't want to know now. I just like being in this state of not knowing. Like, is the town itself spinning?
I still haven't been able to apologize to her.
You know, life
We
is
can't
hard.
exactly avoid working
Yeah.
with one another when we're in the same group.
I give a lot of shit to the anime trip of flashing back to things that just happened, but it's really helpful when you're playing a game in over 1 hour sum blocks over the course of multiple months and
I'm
years.
sure this is pretty
Oh
awkward
yeah,
for
that's
her,
right.
too.
I remember that.
Really want to say something.
She fell on top of
When am
him.
I going to get the chance?
She feels bad about it. They're totally not destined to be together or something.
Morning, Elisa.
Morning.
You're, early. We don't have to be here for another 20 minutes, you know.
Well, the same goes for you. What time did you wake up?
I feel like it's not a big deal, right?
Around 5, I think? Though I always try to be up by then.
It's Hollywood shorthand for we want you to know that we want these two characters to be romantically involved later.
Oh, really?
But I've never seen a movie that's really focused on two people falling on each
Morning
other and just
practice?
calls back to it.
Oh, you haven't joined any clubs, have you? So I guess not.
How does she know that? No, it's just a force of habit. I've gotten used to waking up early. You're in the lacrosse club, right? So I'm guessing you do have to deal with morning practice sometimes.
Yeah, twice a week, apparently. I'm really
sorry.
sorry. Well,
Wh-
why are you apologizing? That was certainly interesting. But no, I really am sorry. I knew it was just an unfortunate accident from the very beginning. I mean, I was on top of you. I kind of lost my head, and before I knew it, I'd slapped you. And you had your hands out like you were trying to catch me, right? So if anything, I should be thanking you.
That's reasonable.
Don't worry about it. That trapdoor was obviously designed so we wouldn't get hurt from the fall. If I hadn't tried to play the hero, I wouldn't have been pinned under you, and none of this would have happened.
Just imagine, like, being the contractor that's hired to design a trapdoor
There's
that
no
doesn't hurt
way you could
anybody.
have known that, though.
Startles them, forces them into a romantic link.
No matter how you look at it, I'm the one in the wrong here. So thank you for trying to protect me. And sorry again.
No, it's... I mean, you're welcome. Sorry, I have trouble with these kinds of things. My little sister is always getting on my case for being so easily flustered.
Oh, you have a younger sister? That's a question for another time. I think I'm the same way. I've been trying to apologize for the past couple weeks now, but every time I set my mind to it, I always just wound up avoiding you.
Really? You did try to help me out in class last week, though.
Oh, yeah. That. I was hoping that would give us a chance to talk. But even then, I just avoided you afterward.
Still, I really did appreciate it. So, thanks again.
You're welcome. Anyway, we've safely established that what happened wasn't your fault, but the result of it is another issue entirely.
The result? What are we talking about now?
Oh, come on! You have to know what I mean.
This is still in regards to the accident in the old schoolhouse, right?
Yes! Specifically, the part where your face ended up right in my... You know, and I forbid you from ever thinking about that, ever. Forget it ever happened.
Like, when you're writing something, you should be asking, what am I trying to convey in this scene? What is the purpose of this dialogue? Like, the purpose is they forgive each other, they both accept some responsibility, and Reen has a sister. And she's embarrassed.
Are we clear?
Yes, perfectly. Trying to avoid thinking about it is just going to make it harder to forget, though.
Huh?
Oh, good morning.
I'm just shocked that, like, it's all voice acted. And it's the same thing with Persona.
Good morning. A lovely day, isn't it?
It's been pretty variable. There have been parts that have been more precise than others. It's true.
You two certainly got here early. Looks like you finally managed to make up, too.
Like, I don't even... The plot is fine. I don't care about, alright, that's fine. We want these characters to be romantically linked. I'm down with it. Just, like, get to the fucking point.
Well,
Yeah, I think we're on good terms now. Thanks for your concern.
I'm glad to hear it.
They added more voice acting to the PC?
It's been a bit trying watching the two of you
Same voice
simmer these
actors?
past weeks. And I know Elisa has been desperate to apologize for her behavior this whole time.
I guess cheer for Persona as well.
Whoa, whoa! That's only because I thought it would be awkward for two people who aren't talking to work together in the same group.
I don't think dialogue precision is necessarily, like, always a good thing, if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't mind if the dialogue were less precise in Mass Effect, because I love that universe, and I'd love to spend more time with these characters and hear them ramble and ramble. Maybe I don't. Maybe I love them because they shut the fuck up.
Don't give them the wrong idea or anything.
But I can see how if someone is, like, super invested, that they'd want to spend as much time as possible and get as much dialogue as possible and, like, simmer in these scenes instead of just kind of getting to the point, right? Like, you know, older movies used to have much longer, slow burn scenes.
Whatever you say.
Atmospheric sequences. Maybe they wouldn't do it with dialogue, they do it with camera angles.
Things over, that's what's important.
Maybe they're just creating that atmosphere but with dialogue.
Now that we're all here, let's say we head out. The train's not due for a while longer, so this could be a good opportunity. We can swing by a few shops and stock up on supplies before heading to the station.
That's a good idea, actually. The Academy's facilities are supposed to be open early today, too.
Oh, that's perfect. We can make use of the engineering club's facilities before we head out, too.
Shall we depart, then?
Thanks, Ron. All rare quartz and accessories have been unequipped from the other group's members. Thanks, game. I really like the sound effects in this game. They remind me of, like, out-of-the-box RPG Maker sound effects. They're familiar. I guess I don't really have any accessories, do I? So I can assign quartzes, which let me unlock... I see, because I had given Seal to the cool foreign guy with his shirt untucked, whose name I forget, Gaius? Time, space, shaking, pulse. It's like... I do like the materia system in this game, it's pretty cool. It was Gaius, look at me. Alright, so if I recall correctly, this game helps you out with finding side quests, right? Red exclamation points are this will progress the plot. Side quests are separately marked, although I'm guessing there are no side quests available right now. Should make sure I keep saving aggressively in case I miss something. That seems to be a... You're not going to be able to do side quests if you go in the station heads up. But I don't see any other indicators saying that there's other things for me to do. Maybe they're just letting me run around in case I wanted to go to a shop, or if I had left side quests incomplete earlier before progressing the date forward.
Why does the sun have
Let
to
me
be
shop.
so bright?
Thank you.
Maybe I should go buy myself a coffee.
I guess she must work at the radio station. She looked dead on her feet.
Radio Trista has some late-night broadcasts, so she was probably up all night.
Oh? I wouldn't have taken you for the radio listening type. Maybe I should tune in sometime, too.
I believe we've spent more than enough time here. As soon as we've finished preparing, we should head to the station.
Thanks, Laura. It's gonna be a really critical cutscene. Radio Trista is gonna be, like, the final boss. I don't think I need to shop or fish or anything. I think I did all the side quests. New town, let's do it. They sure have. I don't think you can underestimate how deeply rooted their differences are. It's not like we were getting along that poorly. Time dollar. That dude likes to grunt. Hem and haw. He's not really a ruckus type. Go. Celdic, let's go. I mean, I guess it's giving me another chance to bail out, maybe talk to this guy. Gordon. I think I've asked this before, but there's generally not pickups from running around and mashing the A button, right? It's not that kind of game. Hey, Yahan. How you doing? This isn't Blue Dragon. Nothing bad's gonna happen on this train ride, right? Oh hey, this is the title screen. I think. I still haven't in-mediate them in the res, so... I guess the game with the latest in-media res point that I've played is probably Final Fantasy X. That's pretty close to the end. The Grand Market. A market town at its core. Barrier Heart and Crossbell. Crossbell is another game or series in the Legend of Heroes franchise. The last Trails game before this one was the last Crossbell game. Let's see. And what year did the very first game in this franchise come out? Like, was PS3 in the beginning? You just said you were... Okay, until you finished checking in at the end. She did it on purpose. See, 2004, PSP in 2011. I see. 2004. Wow. 10 years is a long time. I guess the games are huge. Was somebody saying that they like ended up having to break this up? The scope got too big in an early game and they were like, okay, we'll just make a Trails of Cold Steel 2. It's been 200 hours long. Where does the bulk of the length come from? Do you think it's dialogue and cutscenes, or...? Blade cards? Can we actually play it? You can play the card game Blade with other members of your group to strengthen your bonds with them. Dialogue and filler, I see. Increase my bond whether we win or lose. Neat. %75% of Trails 2 is filler. So like on the level of Persona then. The other 25% is the best part of the series, yeah. That seems pretty comparable. Like, the butter in Persona is actually really, really, really good. For sure. It's just spread so thin. She's out. Natural talent for sleeping. It's like Andrea. Cat jokes that when he sees Andrea napping, he like imagines that she's playing like Nap Hero, and that as she's resting, like nice, nice, excellent, good, great, popping up. Check rules. Players take turns placing numbered cards in the field. So the player has been dealt their hands. They must each draw a card from the deck and place it on the field. Field is cleared, both players must draw and play new cards. Okay. Played cards number from 1 to 7. Both cards remove the last card your opponent played. Played card with the value of 1 can be used to bring back a card removed by the use of a bolt card. Mirror switch positions. I should probably just play it. I'll have to scope it out, Spiky.
Let's get started.
Gotta have rad card game music, right?
Go on, draw a card. Oh, same score? We better draw again. After you, then.
Alright, so I'm trying to beat their number. Bolt removes their 6 and makes them play something else. And Mirror swaps the 2 cards. And what does a 1 card do again? Something special?
Bolt!
I see.
Bolt!
Stop it!
Mirror!
Oh.
What? You can't do that! Oh, same score? We better draw again.
I see.
After you, then. One more game.
So why did I win? She still had cards in her hand. Why didn't we keep going? Link XP.
Go easy on me, okay?
Nothing she could play would beat what I had.
Okay then,
Okay.
let's
Got
draw!
it.
The same score means we draw again, right? The same score means we draw again, right? Well, looks like I'm up first. The same score means we draw again, right?
I guess the strategy in this deals
like you're
with
up
matching scores. Okay. So every play always has to make your total higher or equal to? I think that makes sense.
Bolt!
Or it has to reduce their total, I guess, right?
Didn't see that coming.
Using the one to restore it. Healing thing, okay.
Bolt!
Don't you dare. Good shit,
Really?
wrong
You're
card.
playing that now?
That was a mistake. That's okay.
Didn't see that coming.
And we should be dead zone now, right?
I win!
Yeah, okay. I think I get it. I made a mistake there. Play one more game.
Then let us begin our duel.
Let us begin our duel.
Please draw a card. Then I'll make the first move. Divine Bolt!
Is it really a divine bolt, Laura? It's like I wanted the strategies to just barely meet or exceed her value.
We're evenly matched. Let's redraw. The first move is yours.
So I want to try to get her to burn her cards.
Divine Bolt! Mirror.
Well, shit.
Well played. Well played. Mirror. An excellent duel.
Oh, but I can't bolt her 7. Huh. And why didn't that let me bolt her 7 at the end? You can't bolt her mirror as your last card. Ah, okay. Got it. Stop talking. It's beautiful. Oh man, soil lore.
The Ministry of Railways wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. This transcontinental train is bound for Crossbell.
So you think of games being really focused on exploring their setting versus their characters versus like the plot. This game seems to be pretty focused on both setting and
The
characters.
next stop is Celdic. Celdic. Passengers traveling to
Because all the games in the
Berea
series technically take place in
Please
the same
change
world,
trains
right?
at this
Even
stop.
if they don't overlap plot very much. Man, look at effort. I'm down with that. I like world building. World building is way more interesting to me than, like, extended, imprecise interpersonal drama. Like, talk to me for an hour about fertile soil. I'm on board with that. That might be why Mass Effect appeals to me so much, because almost all of the character drama arises from elements of the setting, like the Genophage, the Quarians, and the Geth. Like,
Wow, so
when
this
characters
is
have
Celdic.
disputes, it's usually a result of, like, world-building problems, systemic problems, and not because of, like, they just don't like
It
each other.
seems like a really relaxing little town, though there are a lot more people here than I expected.
I guess you kind of have that in this with Machias and Eustace, like the poor versus
I
the
imagine
rich.
they've come for the grand market. Even merchants from other countries regularly come to see it.
Sounds like this place is as popular with the tourists as the capital then, but for a whole different set of reasons.
Celdic's also widely renowned for their local beer, which they make using rye. But you're all still minors, so I'm the only one here who gets to drink it.
That's why she came with
Are
us.
you trying to make us jealous?
We don't really care, you know.
Anyway, let me show you to the inn. It's, right over there.
Sarah is actually a pretty
Okay.
great character. I think she's my
Let's
favorite
go.
in this game. She's charming enough to win me over from the usual, like, persona annoyances of a tropey anime game.
Well, well, I hadn't expected to see the Purple Lightning herself in such a quaint little town.
Okay.
And the chicks with her seem like an interesting lot, too. Ah, no time for that now. I have more
Just
pressing
the
matters
fucking
to attend
camera
to.
angle, the noun, the dude's hair, his voice. Erebony has been hyped for 5 games, and now we're seeing it. I see. So they do a lot of talking about other realms that you don't visit in those games, and then you're hoping later sequels will visit those spaces. I guess you get that in a lot of fantasy settings. They'll talk about Valyria, never go to Valyria. Yeah, I'm sure the innkeeper gives a shit about what class you're in, Reen. Come on, man. Sarah reminds me of Andrea. See if that holds. We mustn't allow the prospect of mixed gender accommodations to phase us. The Army instituted a men-only policy. It's shameful, I agree. I guess extra props to Valkyria Chronicles for having a mixed gender military and almost never mentioning it. The common cold. Father Zerbal, I've run out of some of the ingredients I need to make a particular medicine. I would very much appreciate it if someone could procure more for me. Speak with me in the church. I love this. They make that big parody of stuff like this in Barkley Shut Up and Jam, where it's like, it's not just go to the mission board, right? It's go to the mission board and then talk to the person who posted it on the mission board, and then go do the mission. Ooh, scary dinosaur. Alright, let's go do the side quests first. Study area is defined as a 200 Celdic radius. Alright. Mile? Each student must record his or her activities daily to be remitted to the instructor. List of menial tasks. Have you played RP? Man, Ron Weasley is not genre savvy. I'm sure that's why she stuck around. Aggressive saving. Good. Yo.
Ah, nothing hits the spot quite like a cold beer.
She looks like she's having the time of her life.
How many pints has she downed already?
Oh, you kids are still here? I'll just be hanging back and enjoying myself, so go on ahead and get started. Don't mind me.
We have questions for you, though. What's with these field study tasks?
I'm glad they're not as difficult as I was expecting, but they're just so...
Well, it makes sense you'd have some doubts. You only need to do the ones it says are required, though. Feel free to just ignore the rest if you want. I don't care.
I was really impressed with the voice direction in this.
Up to you how much or how little you want to do.
It seems to have been really well localized.
Stop being so irresponsible and...
Especially given, like, the volume of text.
These kinds of decisions are as much a part of our field study as the tasks themselves.
Oh, what?
What do you mean?
You have 2 days. Trista isn't far from here, so you'll be returning to the academy tomorrow evening. Until then, you can spend your time here however the four of you see fit. Every decision rests on your shoulders. I won't be forcing you to do a thing.
Well, other than the 2 required tasks, but... In other words, they're justifying why the side quests are errand running. Work our way up the list. I'm down to immerse myself in Celtic culture. During field study, the party is assigned a variety of tasks to complete. So it's the same as a free day. All tasks with the required mark have been completed. The story will advance. Alright, that's reasonable. I like how on the nose they are about that. Some games will obfuscate, like whether time's gonna advance or not. I was just chastising Nodovan for complaining about Dark Souls being obtuse about that sort of thing. But in an RPG, you need to tell me, you know, whether something is time limited or not. The mystery is not interesting when the task is, you know, deliver somebody bread or something similar. Alright, so green is optional. Thank you for taking the time to come and speak with me. Sure. Like, I don't even know why you would say do it later. Okay, churches provide medicine. Modern pharmaceuticals can't compare to church medicine? Because that's in this setting. Bear claw? You got any bear claws? Wait a minute, I'll go check. Oh, a bitch about modern pharmaceuticals if we're going to a drugstore. Imperial carrots. I feel like the hassle of involving students in this project is higher than just like going and talking to these people yourself, right? Alright, up there, got it. I see no harm in taking the opportunity to shop. Do I have that much money? 3570 Mira. Ceramics. Citrus bottle. Oh. They actually do stuff? They're accessories. Right on. Attack speed +3, defense +3. What is ATS? I don't know if I've had to look at stats like that before. Can't get a description of what they do I? Arts attack. Okay. Thanks. More damage with magic, basically. Sorry, Eastern spices aren't something I can equip. Active voice.
Check out all these stalls!
I love the need to name a mechanic like that, right? Got any bear claws? No, we're out of bear claws. Bear claws are flown into Heimdallr. That's cool. I like that. Horrible goods. Prevents blind, oh, that's cool. ZCF is Zeiss Central Factory, okay. If I recall correctly, the only purpose of Sepith masses is to exchange for Mira. It's just like a flavorful way to get money without having bugs drop gold. West Highway. You go to ZFF and Sky 1, that's cool. Picklehaubs. Sort of. I don't know if every helmet that has a spike coming out of the top of it is a Picklehaub. Are bugs made of Sepith or something? I guess it's a better abstraction. It's not all the way to like bugs dropping bug pieces that you sell for gold. Trash, flavor loot, vendor trash. Keep your noses clean, huh? They were leather. Oh. Thanks, Six Gun. History facts. Uses this family. Oh. Sounds like
all
good
these
farm
windmills
music.
Sure make the town feel pretty laid back.
Oh, there's battles out here. That's surprising.
True. This scenery is surprisingly relaxing.
It was the Western Highway, right? Thought it was anyway. I'm really glad the enemies are on the world map. Not gonna let it sneak up from behind. I was able to use an S-craft, which is a more powerful sort of craft. S-crafts require over 100 CP, can be used at any time, irrespective of battle order, by consuming all the user's remaining CP.
Bring it on!
That's a lot of dogs. Pressing Y in a direction on the D-pad, you can have a character perform an S-craft even when it isn't their turn. Each character corresponds to one of the four directions. That's cool.
Behold, my most powerful striker!
Thank you for letting me skip this game, but I haven't seen this before. She wrecked those doggos. I'm really happy to see this Chrono Trigger style targeting again. I haven't seen too many games that use it. But like, positioning is such a cool thing to include in your turn-based battle design space.
Here we go!
Or it's pretty OP.
I'll pick you up!
Alright, run! Probably should have used the beat ability.
Thanks!
It's my turn.
That's crazy. Does things carry over across like different games?
Let's go!
Do you carry your save over?
Arcus, activate.
Sorry, decisions you make carry over. That's cool. We're at time. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this battle though. So only slash is gonna trigger a Link follow-up attack, right?
Right. Now.
Or strike, I guess.
I'll take you up. My turn. Okay, it's safe for now.
Really is the strongest student in our year. Oh my god, they told me what S-crafts are 3 times. Interrupting enemies and stealing AT bonuses. That's cool. Oh, that's a nice way to use the AT bonus system. I've seen a couple games that have something like that, like Xenosaga Episode 1. Everyone gets their own at different points in the story. Alright, Future Marstead, you're doing side quests in this town. You're specifically picking something up in the farm here, and then go back and do the main quests. And maybe watch the last battle to remind yourself about a mechanic you just unlocked, because it seems pretty powerful. We'll be back in a few minutes with the next Subblock game, Skyrim.